Okay, we're here with the Vitex log hive. I've laid it down on the ground. We're going to open it. Here is their entrance through winter. They propylized it, made it a lot smaller. They are in there. And we're going to transfer them into a hive body now. It is April 17th. Okay.
What is this?
What is that? That's a dead bee. They might not be doing too good, but look at all that honey and pollen. We're going to go in there a little bit further. Hopefully they're doing okay. Wow, this hive is not very big inside. It literally only went to here, like 3 pieces of comb. We have a few eggs in there, a couple eggs, like there might be a new laying queen. But we're not seeing her yet. There's really not that many bees. So now I'm second guessing myself. Maybe I should have opened them before winter. Okay, so we figured it out. These are laying workers. The hive was failing. They had lost their queen because they were in a log hive. I wasn't managing them. And I thought that it would be better off for them to make it through winter without destroying their hive, because we were at the end of fall when we gathered this hive. And so I thought, well, let's wait until there was a nectar flow, and we're about to start our nectar flow. And I thought, well, let's move these girls into a real hive so that they can get established. And it was already too late. They turned laying worker, and this is about all that's left of the hive, although they had a lot of honey and pollen. They had no fertile queen, and so the hive failed. Hi, it's Monica. So you can only guess how extremely disappointed I was once we opened that Vitex log hive. So the history of it, and we have some videos you can look back through our YouTube channel and see that 6 months ago we pulled the Vitex hive in, and I did not want to destroy their hive and have them go through the rehabilitation and the rebuilding of it during our severe dearth and our drought. And I was thinking that maybe we would get more rains through the winter and have a really good spring, but that's not happening. And so basically, because of the lack of rain and the bees needing resources in order to build comb, I chose to leave the bees inside their original log hive until I thought that they would be able to recuperate faster from the stress of being transferred. So a month after I brought them in, I was able to, with the help of some of my volunteers, we were able to open the hive at the top and actually give them a syrup feeder, so that we were able to give them sugar syrup all through the winter. So we were feeding these bees, we were caring for these bees, but the only thing that I could not do was manage the comb and actually take a peek and see what was actually occurring inside. So though I may call the comb honey in the video, it probably isn't, because it's more than likely sugar syrup that's being stored. And that, yes, they did have some pollen resources, but the hive went laying worker. And basically what happens with laying worker, it's when the queen is lost and the worker bees, in a last ditch effort to save the hive, a few of the worker bees or worker bee will start laying unfertile eggs. Now, for some odd reason, what happens is Mother Nature activates their reproductive organs when there's no brood in, and the hive as a collective can sense that the hive is failing, and they basically go, oh, we're going to try to save it. It doesn't work. but it is a last-ditch effort to try to save the hive. The only issue is that these worker bees, being unfertile females, cannot lay fertile eggs, and so if anything, they produce drones. But this hive wasn't even producing drones. So feeding them, going through all of that, and now I'm like second guessing myself as to whether that was even a good idea. I have another log hive that I brought in that I need to open and get transferred, and we'll see how that one's doing. And basically, what's pretty cool though is you can follow this Vitex log from the beginning. 6 months ago, there was a video uploaded about having them brought in to the property. And then a month after that, we opened up a spot in the top of the log in order to start giving them their sugar syrup. So basically they have been cared for through the winter time, but they did not survive winter in their log hive. So disappointed. Yeah. Would I have been able to save them if I would have moved them when I first brought them in? Who knows? So, oh, one quick note. If you do go back and you watch any of the other Vitex part 1 and part 2, take a peek at part 2, I believe. I'm showing the propylization of the entrance. And so 5 months ago, the entrance was much, much larger, and through winter they propylized it and shrunk it down to just like a couple of bee-size openings to come in and out. So that's kind of a cool thing to see, the natural building of the propolis. But other than that, I'm just so bummed. It's just I feel bad for them. It happens. We have to be able to roll with the punches as beekeepers.